We are going to discuss the things that happened on the day that my grandma passed away. Now, for many days I was trying to go see her, but I never really got the chance because I was working. I had to pay my rent, and I didn't have anyone to rely on. I couldn't be borrowing money when most of my life I felt like I had to borrow money. And so I picked up days and I worked. Now, she was declining, meaning that she was in hospice, and I could have taken like a 4 or 5 hour bus ride, 5 hour, to go see her. But I figured I'd just ask for a ride, or there'd be a day that I'd be able to go visit her. I was going to be getting a car next month in September, so I figured if she could just hold on a little longer, or if maybe my sister or father could give me a ride. But it wasn't too long after that she became unresponsive, and there was only a few days perhaps before she was going to pass away. And I remember contacting my father and saying, "Hey, can you take me to see her? I have this particular day off." And he said he couldn't because he had to go back to his business in Cabo San Lucas. So I remember he calling me saying that he could this one day. Yeah, I asked him prior if he could before she was unresponsive, but he just said, "Yeah, we can." We never really got to it. On his end, he probably just didn't really make it a priority. And I could have probably reached out and asked him, but I just figured he would reach out. I just waited for the moment. But it wasn't until I told him that she had become unresponsive that he took more initiative and said, "Let's go see her on this day." But that day I had to go finish up my intake for my DUI program, which I'm practically done with, but I have to do once a month for 6 months. And it was upsetting because when I went in to go try to handle my obligation, the only day that I had available for my father to take me to go see her while she was unresponsive, I was told by the people that they had changed the program or schedule to where there was no point essentially for me to come in at all. That it had to have been on the first of the month. So going in at all was essentially pointless, and I could have used that day to actually go see her. And then following that day, I had like 4 or 5 days of work in a row, and so 5 days of work in a row. So I'm working, and I didn't want to leave anyone at my job field to have extra burdens, and I really did need the money for rent. And so in those days of working, finally, as time passes, my last day working a double, I end up having the time the very following day to go see her. And I was planning to get up at 4 a.m., but I slept in